Hello everyone, it is Doom here once again, playing a video game. Today it is Heroes of the Swarm, except I'm actually recording it. You know, that's... I'm not gonna go re-record that because I'm lazy and I don't like doing that. Today we are playing as Zool against a Lunara in the top lane. And as our teammates we have a Stitches, a Falstad, a Phoenix, and a Raynor. So lots of range damage. And our tank died already. For you see, the enemy has a Tychus, which means Stitches isn't a tank anymore. That's kind of Tychus' thing, is that he renders tanks into squish. Oh sure, he'll render other people into squish if he actually has a chance to attack them, but as a whole, the only people he'll be able to stand still and attack if the enemy plays well is tanks. Meanwhile, I'm stuck fighting ranged against melee on a map Zool isn't too amazing on. His biggest strength is that wave clear, and there's only 2 lanes to wave clear. Or lanes, not wanes. Yes, there's only 2 wanes. Actually, if you read the Batman comics, you'll quickly discover there's like 30 different wanes. It's an ambush. That worked pretty well. I am not having fun. And that's the deal with the ranged matchup when you're melee, is that sometimes you can just get kited to oblivion very easily. There's not exactly much you can do about it. I do have my shield to help, and at least I'm not getting pushed into oblivion due to my wave clear. That's about it. Here our teammate goes to take the turret, and Raynor goes on the offensive with he likes his bushes. Oh no. Oh no. Sadly it didn't work out for him. Oh, hey, I'm back. Alright guys, I'm back.
Payload deployment is about to begin.
Here I get a beneficial trade because they got very greedy. Able to get tons of damage there, leave them on the brink of death. Of course, I don't actually matter, since unless they get greedy again, I can't exactly attack them. It's, you know, massive range advantage. So they just recall. But that does mean that their samurai, the mercenary that's elite, is basically all alone. Although it also killed all my minions. But oh well. Our single attack damage does suffer. Or damage against a single target does suffer. This time I go the Q build. Last Zool game I went the W build because I prefer it, but here I definitely went Q. If I went into melee build, what happens is that Tychus, especially since I didn't go Shade, I went Backlash, is that Tychus is like, oh hey, a melee target, let me go brrr, and I die to the minigun because it does % damage. Because Zool very much will stand still because he wants to stand still to attack. It's like his attack speed is really crazy if you go the W build, so it's not exactly easy to stutter step without losing a lot of DPS. I'm definitely not at the level to do it, so... Oh yes, and the match is exactly 40 minutes long. So get your seatbelts, and goodbye Stitches. They get the first objective, but that's okay, we get the soak. And soak is cheating. I learned that during my studying of how to get good at this game. I'm still working on though. Yeah, so there's nobody to face me. That means my wave clear and ability to summon minions to tank the turret is in full effect. Well, I don't want to stay there forever. All I see is Lunara. They're all over there, so I'm like, well, I can get more things, and I'm happy to do that. I'm not too scared of Lunara. Yes, she can kill me, but all of her damage is over time, and I have a big fat shield due to bone armor. Now, if 2 of them showed up, and Tychus would destroy me, so Yeah, I don't want to do it now, but they're over there. And again, Zill's single target damage can sometimes look a bit sad. It's not the worst in the game, but it can definitely suffer early on when he doesn't have all of his talents. Yeah, they get a good kill on the Lunara, and that means I go back to clearing the wave, because why not? Always clear wave. Clearing wave is good. And Raynor died. And I was like, well, I guess I'll drop the turret here and see what I can do. I used the bone armor to try and contest on the point, but I didn't get out in time and died. Oh well. It happens. Sometimes you just die. Okay, get this, so we're gonna try and do it. We don't exactly have anyone durable enough to take it, or to tank it, but we can also just use damage. Because we do have 3 auto attackers. Citrus is practicing his wave clear, but I'm way better at it, so ha. I don't think his wave clear is terrible for a tank, but again, most tanks have not terrible wave clear. I get the Wall of Bones for a bigger shield, and I also get spell armor during the shield, which helps against the Kerrigan, the Jaina, to a lesser extent the Lunara. Most of her damage isn't auto attacks, but I do believe the poison is reduced by spell armor. Might be wrong. It doesn't help against the Tychus except for his grenades, but it does help against the Blaze too. So, and plus the 35% is another 10% shield, which definitely helps against the Lunara's damage over time shenanigans, as well as the raw burst of the Kerrigan and the Jaina. And meanwhile, they all die over here. Hooray. And then Raynor is over here. It's like, well, I have my ultimate and my scythes, so I can get the kill, but also they killed me. Not ideal, but it happened. And at least we have someone pushing top when they don't. Albeit that's going to change right about now. Fierce just does tank things because he isn't in range of Tychus, but the instant he's in range of Tychus, that HP par drops. Jaina also hurts. Here I'm back again with those bone prisms, AoE nonsense. Get the backlash kill there. And the Falstad gets a decent Kamehameha. I mean, it's actually called the Hinterland Blast, but let's face it, it's a Kamehameha. It even has a charge time. Yes, we all push the payload. In hindsight, I should have ran bot, since they don't need 4 people, they need 3. Oh, look, there's 1, 2, 3. We don't need 4. We don't need 4. Why aren't you over here? Why aren't you over here? Yeah, this is definitely a mistake on my part, because, again, they don't need 4 people. They need 3 for fastest pushing. I do ping out the camps, because now would be a good time for the camps. Go straight for the samurai this time. I can tank it using the power of my shield. Remember, damage to your shield doesn't transfer to your health, it just stops existing. That's called damage mitigation. It helps. Here I get the Echoes of Death, which means my scythes now spawn more scythes. Because you know what? We need more scythes. Scythes. We're gonna get a full team of 6 Scizors over here. Or Scythers, actually. Here they have their own samurai, and hey look, a random tank with no team. Hooray. Of course, they also go bot to what the hell happened to Jaina? Did she try to face tank the samurai? That's probably a decent idea since there's nowhere on the, like, we don't really have an assassin. Like, the only thing she has to fear is the Hinterland Blast. Or, I mean, the Kamehameha. This is the hook there. That's kind of Stitch's niche, that he's the pick tank because he gets the hooks. He also has a lot of HP, but doesn't really have anything to like make that HP mean anything, since he doesn't have damage mitigation. That was a good Kamehameha. That was also a Kamehameha from Phoenix, aka the Planet Cracker. But you know, it's a giant laser beam. That's what it means. That's what it means. It means it's really just another Kamehameha. Here, Phoenix goes for an aggressive warp to kill the Jaina. And I'm trying to get in range for my Bone Prison on the Blaze. I do get it, but he's able to get his jet to escape. They go for the sentries, and I go for the wave. Could have gone top, but it's already pushing in. And this is also something we want to get, so let's go get that. Plus, it's easier for them to go over here to defend it real quick, whilst they need to go down a longer distance to defend this. Plus the fact our team was right there, so if they literally all collapsed on me, I'd have an easier time running away. 5 foes are over here, so... Besides, we also got this, and we want to get it, because it's theirs, and that means we want it. We are now the greedy capitalists. Blaze runs right in. I didn't Bone Prison right away, because I thought someone else would join in that I could use, but... No, he was the only one that went in, so... Bone Prison away. Here we all get Ring to Prison. My spell shield does allow me to not die instantly from Lunara there. If only for the HP value rather than the HP it gave me rather than the spell armor, but, well, it didn't help my teammates, that's for sure. Pretty hectic 12 minutes, I'd say. Let's see, Raynor's trying to just nudge this further. And they are going after this camp, which is a good idea. I should have gone for this one. What the hell am I doing? Oh, I'm going to the tap. And if I remember right, I went here afterwards. Question mark. No, I went... Huh. Well, someone pinged the fortification cast. That's definitely a good idea. I already have a gun from when we took theirs, so I can't grab this one, but someone else can still do it. Quick, eat the tank who wants to be in the middle of our entire team. Yeah, that happened. I mean, we do get him, and I'm able to get a good Skeletal Mages, but I used my my Bone Armor really badly, which meant I lost half my health to the Kerrigan. And that means I just have no health. I could have had much more health here if I used a better Bone Armor. Because it just decayed and only took like 10% or something, I don't know. Here he's able to get it, so I want to clear this wave really quickly. And then run away before I can be killed for it. I'm kind of just going around aimlessly. Perhaps I should have recalled. I believe here I'm going top at Falstad. It's already there. Ours also isn't really anything for me to do. Probably should have just recalled for the HP, honestly. No, I don't really like recalling in this game. Feels like it's always a waste of time, but here I don't, like, I have no reason to be wandering around with half health at all. But here I think my tap, I think that's just kind of wandering around waiting for the tap to be online so I could use it there. I do remember pinging this. I saw that they were doing this because we had vision due to it being our camp at the time. So it's like, well, if they're all there, then that means we can take this and basically trade them. So now they have vision of this area, but now we have vision of this area. So trade, basically. And then our samurai comes back. Their samurai is also about to come back. And they're all waiting in the bush, waiting for an ambush. Here, I pinged the camp. At least I believe that was my ping. I might be remembering wrong, but I know that I pinged the camp like most of the times it was up. And then, hey there, Falstad. Hey there, Tychus. Hey there, Lunara. Here, Kerrigan does get separated, though she does have her Chrysalis, but it isn't enough to save her from the Kamehameha and also being devoured. However, I don't have my spell shield, so I just get out my skeleton mages and the turret. Just drop as much random garbage as I can. I guess it worked out for us in the end. Then Phoenix realizes what burst damage is from Jaina. And then Stitches learns what Tychus damage is. I definitely remember pinging those. Yeah, way too greedy. Way too greedy. 16 minutes, by the way. It's almost 17. Here, Raynor does the break. God damn it, not now. Ah. Now then they'll do theirs. God damn it. You think with all the tea I drink, I wouldn't have an issue with sore throats. Ah. Seriously, I drink a ton of tea. In which, when exception means I also drink water. It's like, you think I'd have an issue with like drinking the opposite issue, but nope, sore throats every day. Alright. They go do their fortification camp, so we go do this. The objective. So we also have our samurai distraction over there. Of course, they have a samurai heading for our team. And then Raynor decides to do his best tank impression. Kerrigan once again runs into the Kamehameha and dies for it, but once again I'm just get hit by everything. And pain. 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 Yes, Stitches is top side. Although that doesn't mean Raynor gets to become the tank. Some internal ribbing. There's also the fact I wasn't aware that Raynor was taking. That I'd have definitely brought that up if I noticed it, but I'm blind. So what I saw was that we all got hit by Ring of Frost and stuff. And then here's Stitches, makes it his life mission to eat the tank and also die to Tychus. Remember, if you're a tank in this game, it is of utmost importance you do not avoid Tychus at all stages of the game. It's not like Tychus is specifically meant to kill tanks really quickly and stuff. You know, a missed Kamehameha. But it worked out for them in the end. And now they're stealing our camp. This ain't good. But hey, it's always nice to get a Kamehameha. Remember to do that on cooldown too. Remember to throw out as many scythes as possible. We are a bug type specialist. And we want those. Here, I'm just getting tons of scythes, which is nice. Because that's where my damage comes from, actually. I did go the scythe build. Here, our Stitches realizes that maybe the guy that wants to be in the middle of our team because he's a tank is not a good Stitch target. Is not a good eat target. I still get hit by Ring of Frost, though, for no reason. But I am able to get my ultimate out for what reason. However, the advantage is in their side. It's not like there's 20 minutes left to go. And this is literally the halfway point. Where all of our damage comes back and then instantly dies. Or Falstad. And we ended up taking some damage over time. 86%. 86% core damage that we're not getting back. That's a permanent victory for them. It might be theoretically true if we like wipe them around here to here, like this side of the map, because then we could just basically rush this, then take down this. But that's if like all of us survive that fight, or at the very least the Raynor, Felix, Falstad trio. If me and Stitches die, we can really push down their objectives since we have 3 range damage dealers. Here, Stitches is all alone. Here, Stitches is very much dead. And dead.
Escort the payload.
Thing is, I do have wave clear because I'm Zool, so maybe I can do something. Especially since I hit 2 of them with scythes there. Scythes. Scythe your way to victory. Every scythe that hits summons a minion that not only harasses them, but due to my Kanan's Edict, it reduces my bone armor and ultimate cooldown. So I like it when they... Oh, and also whilst the skeletons are alive, we get vision of them. That helps too. Here, Raynor, once again, goes for the tank, but he is able to get the Lunara this time and get the Kamehameha. Or no, Raynor doesn't do that. But Falstad gets the Kamehameha. And those skeleton mages that are up again, thanks to Kanan's Edict, are also able just to win. Tychus does do the split push for the objective, but that's still 4 of them. And also that payload doesn't kill us because it had to use some of its shots over here. And in fact, it doesn't do... It did about 20%. Not good for us, but still though, we got 4 of them, which put us on the same level and also meant that we could do this, I believe. Did we do it? Yeah, we did do it, which is going to allow us to create pressure and theoretically give us the edge for the next team fight, especially since I'm split pushing top, because you know that's what Zool does. Zool loves split pushing because his wave clear is insane. Here, Raynor catches something that is definitely good, because if we can get theirs, then that means we can basically get 2 mercenaries. And here I remember spam pinging this. I wanted this because this is another advantage. Right now, they're on the defense. We should steal every advantage possible. That's sort of our goal. I definitely remember pinging this. I was like, so, I distinctly remember being convinced that the Stitches wanted to eat the Blaze again, because I don't think I brought it up because it's not strictly a wrong choice. Like sometimes it does happen and it works well for us, but it's not always a good idea. Yeah, that's a much better eat target. Here we get the Kamehameha, a whiffed skeleton mages. I only summoned 2 rather than all 4, but we also get the Kamehameha, and Lunara destroys the Raynor, but also doesn't kill him because her damage is fake. Now it's time to kill the Tychus. I seize 2 of them, so I summon my skeletons. And I have my bone armor just in time. That Kanan's Edict is pretty useful. I don't always get it. Usually your anti-healing from the scythes. But there, it definitely saved me. So I was able to get 2 bone armors that fight, I believe. Kanan's Edict, pretty good. Here we are referring to the Lunara's damage over time. We call it fake damage. Because as you saw there, it is damage you can very easily lead to not killing. So I believe the Rainer is also in a similar camp. He was set to like just 1 HP, but he was still fine. Here, since only Lunara is alive... Well, I guess not. It might be because my ultimate isn't up. No, it is. No, it is. Well, it definitely is now after getting all those skeleton warriors to deal damage. Yeah, that is something I definitely do, is use skeletal mages for clearing camps. The cooldown is short enough for it. Let's say 90 seconds. That isn't too bad. Just make sure the team knows. I'd say we're doing a pretty good job of it now. I kind of have to for the objective, but we also have some wiggle room to an extent. But yeah, it's definitely not as ideal as we were before. You know, gotta make a topical joke. Social distancing, guys. Gonna make the joke, and also clear the wave and their samurai. I'm gonna prevent it from getting an inch of value. Here, once again, Stitches eats the tank. Because of course he does. Always eat the tank. Here, Rainer actually gets a really good flank. So his aggressive positioning is a good idea here. Here I'm able to get my skeletal mages, but my armor dies. However, Rainer's flanking continues to be a great decision in this team fight, as he kills the Blaze and the Kerrigan. Here I get the Bone Prism on the Tychus, which means Rainer is able to get the snipe on him. And hey, look, my bone armor's back. Time to go destroy this. Which is Tychus's ultimate. It's a laser drill. It's mostly so he can still be around to kill things. Like, normally Odin is better, but the Odin also means he doesn't kill tanks anymore, because his damage goes from percent to AoE based. And the AoE is generally better in team fights, but, you know, you also don't kill tanks anymore, so sometimes it's better to go the drill so you can still kill tanks. Here, it's not too bad of an idea. Here, I use my skeletal mages just to kind of push it forward. And here I lose all my health. In the end, that probably wasn't an amazing idea, but I do have Kanan's Edict, so skeleton warrioring a wave is going to get me that back. And besides, I thought they would actually be a bit more aggressive at the time, since it was a 2-on-2 and I had less health, so I thought they'd commit. I get the skeletal mages, and oh look, now they're going to die horribly since I still have my bone armor. 35% is pretty good late game. And also it gives me spell armor, and who was there? The Jaina, and well, Jaina's not going to like doing 20% less damage when she also has to contend with like an extra 1000 HP. So it wasn't very good in hindsight, but I think I had some level of reason when I did it. Because again, it's only 20 seconds here. You're able to get an excellent hook on the Jaina, which kills her. I'd say 15 seconds on my ultimate. So yes, it's down for this fight, and it could have definitely been really great there. But in the end, it's not too bad that I couldn't use it now. Great hook on Jaina. Remember to compliment your teammates. Here we clump up together because their AoE, Jaina, is dead. And besides, since we didn't use our ultimate here because we physically couldn't, we have it over here. So, yeah. Remember to eat the tank. Fear of the Kerrigan, it gets Kamehameha once more, and all of my mages die. AoE is annoying. Yeah, it works out for us, and where then? I thought I helped to kill the Blaze, but I guess not. Oh, well, whatever, it works. It's not a misplay if it works, as they say, or as I say. And I believe wanting to ping to do this, but we got retreat pings, and I was like, okay, we'll just do mine, and I'll just clear this wave. And, yeah, that's fine. it's a good idea to not get greedy, which is definitely something I do. I get greedy for camps a lot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here, I'm back to trying to poke at the skeleton. Or not the samurai. Have I been calling him the skeleton all this entire time? That's not ideal. At the same time, I don't want to eat his damage, because as you can see, he can one-shot those minions. Like, yeah, that was two slices, and it was like 9% of my health, 8%. Yeah, we're just kind of stuck at a back and forth. They clear the wave, we clear the wave. And there's a samurai charging at their core. Here I ping to do this because I am very greedy with mercenary camps. Let's see, do I check theirs? I believe I ult this, yeah. And I was like, okay, this is up. They're all at their core doing the samurai. This is time to steal this with mega speed, which means ultimate. Again, we have our Kanan's Edict, and that means our ultimate cooldown goes down much quicker as long as we're able to summon some skeletons. And we have our Scythes, which summon a lot of skeletons, especially if we can get multiple champions, or heroes, kind of. You can really tell I'm a League player. And look, let's see, does it get a hit? Nope, it doesn't get a hit. So I didn't get the cooldown reduction, but oh well. Oh, that's one. Does it get hit? Oh, one. Oh, that means we just got cooldown reduction. Look, they're not trying to force. The fact I have no cool or no ultimate means nothing to them. Here I get. God damn it! Alright, welcome back. Sorry about that. I think that's roughly where we left off. You see the Kamehameha. Here, I'm just throwing out my scythes as much as possible. Here, they get the Kamehameha. I decide to charge this Tychus. Charge! Charge! And suddenly it's between me and the Jaina. I use my ultimate. She gets the stasis. And here, the range problem on Zul becomes apparent. Also, Jaina slows, but also the range. I can't bone prison. Here I use my armor, but I'm still not in range to bone. I was never in range to bone prison. It's like, oh, wait a second. If I got the bone prison, I win there. Yes, that was definitely a very frustrating moment for me. And there's one problem. All of us are dead. The objective wins, and also, yeah, our entire team is dead, and the objective wins. Looks like this is finally going to be an end. Because it's definitely going to take 7 minutes for this payload to fire. Okay, I lost us the game. Yes, I was very frustrated at this moment. Annoyed, angered, tilted. And the Jaina's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. Sudden pacifism, killer of many, including this Kerrigan. Because, yeah, she's dead. She is dead. Kamehameha. If only you weren't a pacifist, Jaina. I'm gonna compliment your teammate, because, you know, he didn't eat the tank. You almost got one of them. Here the Lunara is being sneaky for no real reason. Remember AoE, don't clump, so we decide to clump. Because why not? Yep, clumping. Social distancing, not being followed. We're Americans over here. Yeah. Here, I decide to recall because I was like, yep, they might be trying to core, but then they start fighting, and then the reason is revealed by Lunara is being sneaky. You get a trade. And I'm recalling again, because I'm like, they're definitely trying to core. I am 100% certain they're trying to core. And hey, look who it is! My psychic powers have been revealed! And then, oh look, there's a bunch of skeleton mages! And oh look, you're not doing a single bit of damage to the core. And they just took a bunch of damage to the core. Here, I've been just clearing the wave, because that's what Zool do. We get the samurai, they get their samurai. I ping this again. Yeah, they get their samurai. And... oh wait, never mind. I thought I went to go get this, but apparently I decided to get the wave instead. I probably should have done this right away, because there's no reason for me to also be here. Maybe my thing is that my teammates would be better off at getting it, and then I could clear the wave. But there's the samurai, and again, Zool's single target damage can sometimes be kind of meh. In the late game it's better, for sure, since he has his talents that give him more damage in general, but he's definitely an AoE focused character. So sometimes his single target damage can look lackluster. And here again, they're just waiting. Trying something funny, because why not? And there's just a samurai there. 36 minutes, wow. And then they all decide to recall. Chances are they probably could have won it from there. I don't think we'd be able to recall and kill them all fast enough. Because Tychus does tons of damage. And here, I definitely remember spam pinging this, because, again, I am very greedy for mercenary camps. It's something I like to get. It is important to get them, but sometimes I take that importance to mean requirement. And then I'm like, alright, I guess I'll go clear this wave then. See a reason not to. Especially since none of them are over here. And drown them in minions. And once again, Lunar is trying to hide their strategy and go to their core. It seems like her teammate is not, her team isn't in agreement with the plan. But Stitches can't get a hook, so no, it's fine. I am able to get a tiny bit of scythe poke though. I'm fine with. I like scythe poke. Yeah, I'm spam pinging this because we're all here. Except for me. I went to go stall this and push it just a tiny bit. Here, Tychus runs after me, the absolute madman, and eats some scythes for his trouble. And also gets grabbed because those minions gave the vision. That's why the Stitches knew Tychus is there. My minions gave vision. Some of the minions... Raynor is able to get the snipe. I shank the Lunara there, and we all die to Jaina and Kerrigan's AoE. But then they die to our single target damage, and then Phoenix dies to the turrets. Yes, that happened. Payload, turn it. Come on. Jesus, I'm a much slower typer than I thought I was. Yes, it is coming to an end. That was the final battle. And the only thing I did was give vision to allow Stitches the winning hook. And then a bot just to make absolutely sure the core dies. And we also have the samurai here. So they're like mega dead. Mega ultra super dead here. Anyhow, I think with that, everyone should have a nice day. For Doom is signing out. Goodbye. And like, here are the stats of the game. Again, mostly siege damage because I just killed all the minions, but I also got a ton of XP from the team. And who was the MVP? It was me, for some reason. And yeah, I think goodbye.